My scary stories are definitely real. And one thing that I will tell my viewers is this. If you're not gifted or you don't know your abilities that well, or you don't know witchcraft or roots, because I'm going to let y'all know right now, no one had to teach me shit. No one had to teach me. This is something that has always been with me. So it's a difference when your grandmama or your mama teaching you some shit. I am the same person who I was before I came to this goddamn world. And see, let me tell y'all what else happens when someone comes and they try to take you out with witchcraft. See, this is the part that no one talks about when we talking about doing roots on people. Is that when you go to a spiritual person, a highly spiritual person, see, let me tell y'all something. It ain't no babas out there using no tarot cards. Start asking these people when they refer themselves as high priest. Ask them high priest of what? Because one thing that I will tell you is this. Spiritual protected people cannot be touched. Especially if they're doing the right thing on their path and their journey and they're getting things done, because the only reason for us being here is because we have a task that needs to be done. And this is what happens when people decide they want to come for people who are highly gifted, who are highly protected. This right here says, my shield ain't no hope, but they the joke of destruction. God set me up to line them up. And that goes for me to say this. That's when the spiritualist walks in to their own destiny and exactly what they're supposed to do. Y'all don't ever look at the superhero movies and you got the villain and you got the hero. And every time in the villain movies, right, the villain always throw the first rock. And then when throw the first rock, the powers get stronger. Then the villain comes back and say, what the hell, I thought we destroyed them. Then the spiritual one come right back, or the hero come right back. Y'all don't watch the Avengers. And then all of a sudden, the villain starts to get creative. So now, the hero, the spiritualist, okay, now has to find out exactly how much motherfucking power they got. My shield ain't no hoe, but they the jokes of destruction. God set me up to line them up. And see, let me tell you something else these spiritualists on here ain't telling you about. The fact that we ain't even gotta fuck with you. We don't have to, when someone does something to us, we don't have to go out and do certain things to them. Because it already presented itself. Once that negative energy goes up in the air and it hits spiritual council, and it's like, ain't she one of our workers? Like, somebody, set out a hit. Man, go see, what's going on with the situation. Then they run the cameras back. And they say, oh, so this what happened? Okay. We got our girl. Yeah, we got our girl. And now the big dogs done came out fighting. And I ain't talking about the ancestors. I ain't talking about my guys. I'm talking about those deities come out. And they fighting. So we ain't doing witchcraft no more. Now we're doing sorcery. And sorcery paved the way for all of this shit. See? And you definitely ain't gonna defeat sorcery. Y'all motherfuckers done watch Star Wars. Y'all know what time it is. We are in spiritual warfare. A lot of y'all are out here doing all kind of stuff and you don't even know what guides you. Because when you put things out, when you go about your day and you put different types of frequencies out into the universe, you are causing hell on yourself. Because every time you look in the mirror, the real you comes out. Quick story time. I remember when I was violated when I was young. I remember when my cousin got older and he went to Detroit, Michigan. Some dudes jumped him and ripped his jaw off his face. I remember when I was 11 years old and my mama just brought me this bike. And I remember walking into the store, getting me some candy and walking out and having this grown man pillow punch me, take my bike and my candy and ride off. I was so upset. I went to my grandmama's house. I got me a goddamn Coke bottle and a extension cord. I said, I'm about to get this bitch for taking my shit. As I ran to go and snatch his ass up, he got ready to cross the street. The tire bust and he got smacked by a car. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just watching him in the street just a-rolling. And ain't nobody seen me. And I turned around and I walked home. I remember when I was in middle school and these girls was fucking with my little cousin. So I got off the bus and I said, which one of y'all the oldest? And the little girl said, me, and I slapped her. So now me, the little girl, and her mama arguing down the street. The mama go get this boy, tell the boy that I put him in it. Me and the boy got into it. He go to prison, he get out, he shoot 4 people in the head, and then he turn a gun on himself. I remember one of my boyfriend mamas, she didn't like me. And every day I passed her house, she would sweep the trash from out her house on me as I walked down the sidewalk. So one day, I had just got some brand new shoes and I'm walking, I'm dressed up, I'm coming from school. She at the sidewalk and she swept me again. And I turned around and I threw something at her. She said, pick that shit up. I said, no, you pick it up. She pick it up, she read it. The next day I come outside, I see her sitting in the car. All of a sudden I hear the fire alarms from the trucks riding down the street. Then I see my boyfriend running outside, busting the car windows out. Then he come back to me and he say, my mama said you trapped her in her car yesterday. She said as soon as you came out, her windows rolled up, her doors locked on her, and fire started coming from the vents. And I looked at him dead in his face and said, you better get your mama there.